All right, for this section, we need to go ahead and solve for the absolute value inequalities. And remember, when we have the word solve, we have to do the reverse order of PEMDAS. So when we solve, we do our reverse order of PEMDAS. The only time we go from left to right is when we're trying to simplify. So when we're trying to simplify our equation, we do parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and then subtraction. All right, so let's go ahead and solve this. Okay. The first step to solving this absolute value function is to get the absolute value part right here by itself on one side of the equation. So the first step is to isolate the absolute value quantity by itself on one side of the equation. Once you've done that, the second step is to split this between a positive and a negative. So if I split this between a positive and a negative, I would have a positive on one side and a negative on the other side. So this equation would be 2x minus 9 is greater than or equal to 11. And on the negative side, I'll have a negative in front of my equation. All right, now for my third step is to simply solve for x, or whichever variable you may have. So let's start on the positive side first. I'm going to add 9 to both sides to get rid of this negative 9 over here. And so we have 2x is greater than or equal to 20. Divide both sides by 2. And you get x is greater than or equal to 10. So this is my first answer. On my negative side, I have a negative times 2x minus 9. So we need to distribute this negative to both of these numbers in the equation. So negative times 2x is negative 2x. A negative times a negative 9 is a positive 9. Okay. And then solve for x, so get this 9 on the other side of the equation. So I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. So I'm left with negative 2x greater than or equal to, let's see, 11 minus 9 is going to be 2. Now here, when you divide by negative 2, anytime that you divide or multiply by a negative number, you have to flip the sign. So anytime you multiply or divide by a negative number, you flip the sign. So 2 divided by 2 is going to be negative 1. So instead of being greater than or equal to, it's not going to be less than or equal to. All right, the last step here is to do a graph. So we have, let's see, we have a negative 1 and we have a 10. Now my x is greater than or equal to 10. So since it's a greater than or equal sign, it'll be a closed circle. And it's going to go to the right. My x is also going to be less than or equal to negative 1. So again, a closed circle. And it's going to go to the left. So since they're going opposite directions of each other, it's going to be x is going to be less than or equal to negative 1, or x is going to be greater than or equal to 10. So this is my final answer. So a few things to note here is that when our symbols go the opposite direction of each other, we use the word or. Okay? If they're going towards each other, we use the word and. Okay? In the IXL, you won't have the word and, you'll just have um, some value going. In the IXL, you have something like this, where you have some kind of number over here, with the arrow, X, arrow, and some number here. Okay? So remember, if the sun's going opposite directions, use the word or. If they're going towards each other, use the word and. But in the IXL, you'll have this format over here. Okay. If it's a less than or greater than symbol, we use an open circle. If you use less than or equals, or greater than or equals, we use a closed circle. Okay. All right, hopefully that's helpful.